Hello, everybody, and welcome to Reviews That Don't Matter with Jessica Hitt. My name is Jessica Hitt, and on today's episode, we are talking, yes, you know, it's Monday. Well, late Monday. Sorry about that. It is Game of Thrones Day. We are talking episode 4 of season 7 of Game of Thrones, The Spoils of War. Okay, I'm going to get right down to it. I love this episode. In fact, it might be in my top 5 favorite episodes of Game of Thrones ever. It's so good. I mean, from Arya finally going to Winterfell to the battle at the end to Dany and Jon Snow's sexual tension. It's great. Okay, we're going to start with Arya Stark finally arriving back into Winterfell. I thought it was great. I really liked the reunion that she had with Sansa, where it was sort of awkward and not... it wasn't like a Sansa and Jon or potentially Arya and Jon, because, they never really got along too well. But let's be real, Sansa's a completely different person. Arya is a different person, not completely different, but, she's different now. No faces or whatever it is that she is. She's no one. Ugh, stupid. And then, of course, her and Brienne had this epic battle, the battle that we all wanted and never knew. And it was great because it was the first time we really got to see Arya Stark actually super fight, and we haven't seen Brienne doing much this season, so it was nice to see that. It was such a mutual respect while they were fighting, and it was amazing. I loved that. And of course, we got Arya talking to Bran, and I think it went over a lot better than it did with Sansa, mainly because I think Arya kind of just gets it. She understands Bran more than Sansa could ever with what she's been through. And I haven't really been for Bran ever, and not now at all, especially now as he is the Three-Eyed Raven. I find it kind of boring and just frustrating in a way. And I think the only real thing that I've really enjoyed from him is the fact that we found out who Jon Snow's parents were. So that was great. He just, the Three-Eyed Raven has no manners and does not know how to treat people well, because look at what he did to Mira Reed. I feel so bad for her. After all she did, and she nearly got herself killed. She got her brother killed. Hodor's dead. Summer's dead. Leaf's dead. All these people are dead. She barely gets a thank you. And only after she kind of forced it out of Bran, or the Three-Eyed Raven. So that was rough. But what's funny is I don't like Bran. When he's talking to most people, I'm just like, Bran, you're the worst. But when he's talking to Littlefinger, I'm like, yes, creep Littlefinger out, call him out on his bullcrap. I want to see a scene where Littlefinger and him are having a conversation, and Bran just calls him out on all of the dirty things he did. I want that so bad, and I want it in front of Sansa and Jon and Arya and all of them. And now let's go back down south to Dragonstone, where Jon Snow is still mining for that dragonglass, has found the mountain of it, and he shows Daenerys. And not before Dany and Missandei got really gossipy and had some girl talk with the whole Grey Worm thing. Love that. I thought that was just a nice grounded thing about this episode, because it had so much magic and dragons that you don't see much just solid earthly talks, And then, of course, they go into the cave together. They see all of these drawings that the Children of the Forest did, which I thought was great. And it was funny because most of them were just basic stick figures or little circles and stuff. And then they got to the drawings of the White Walkers, and they were very detailed. It looked like someone completely different did it. Also, I think it was a little heavy-handed on Jon to be like, we need to work together. Look at these drawings. They work together. We need to work together. But I did like how Dany kind of bait and switch and was like, I will fight for you. I will fight for the North when you bend the knee. Damn. And it was really interesting, too, because they had, Dany was saying the same things to Jon that Jon was saying to Mance Rayder back in the day, about pride and death and all of this stuff. So I think it's really interesting that there's a lot of mirrored dialogue this season so far. We also saw Dany kind of a little outraged with her hand, Tyrion Lannister, for his sort of failed plans, his clever plans, as she says, to be fair, they're really great plans, and they would have worked on the old Cersei, but Tyrion's not taking into account that this is a no humanity Cersei. She doesn't have her children anymore, so she's different. She's going all out. She doesn't have anybody to protect anymore besides herself. And sort of Jaime, but it doesn't really count. So she asked Jon for some advice, and it was kind of awkward with the whole Tyrion thing, considering he's the Hand and Jon, they kind of just met. And Jon gives some great advice that kind of mirrors what Tyrion's trying to say with the whole don't burn King's Landing to the ground. You're no different than any other queen or king that's ever been. And you know what? Before we get into the big topic, of course, for tonight, which is that in-battle scene, I mean, oh my god, there's 2 more scenes I want to talk about. First of all, Jon meeting Theon for the first time since season 1. I really appreciated that. I liked the fact that Theon is like, I need to talk to the queen so she can help me save my sister. And also the fact that the first thing he said to Jon really was asking if Sansa was okay. That was like heartwarming, you know? And Jon kind of just being like, the only reason you're alive right now is because you helped out my sister in her time of needs. Also, of course, we get this little tiny snippet of conversation between Cersei and the Iron Bank guy, Mycroft from Sherlock. That's what I'm going to call him in this, is Mycroft. So beware. And it's basically just about the Mycroft guy kind of investing more in Cersei and her plight and all of that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we get to where we left off with Olenna Tyrell and what's happening there. Jaime, Bronn, Randall Tarly, Dickon Tarly. Jeez. The only 4 people we know the names of, and 2 of them we barely know the names of. Anyway, they have just sacked and taken Highgarden. And they have a ton of gold and a whole bunch of stuff going on. And then they get attacked by the Dothraki and her dragon, Drogon. I mean, first of all, one thing I will say about this battle. It's my favorite battle in the history of Game of Thrones, and it's because I've never rooted for both sides. I mean, of course, you want Drogon to just, like, burn all of these mother effers, you know, but then on the other side, there's Bronn and Jaime, who you don't want to die, especially when Bronn, spoiler alert, by the way, this entire thing has been a spoiler. Anyway, when Bronn has the harpoon thing, the giant crossbow, and he finally shoots Drogon, and, you know, you're kind of just like, yeah, but then you're like, no, the dragon is hit. That's bad. That's not good. And I was about 99% sure we were losing Bronn in this episode. I really was, because he got a lot of screen time there. And, you know, he's just enough of a fan favorite character that would really hit you in the heart, you know. Yeah, I was really shocked we didn't lose him in this. I didn't think that we would ever lose Jaime in this one, because there's still a lot of plot armor on him, and he still has a lot of reckoning to do, I think. But I mean, these poor Lannister soldiers had no chance, and I actually felt really bad for these guys, because I mean, you have a swarm of Dothraki horse riders at you, and you've never fought them. They have a completely different fighting style. That's totally not fair. And then you have a giant dragon just frying you to death, literally. Like, I would have just ran for the hills. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not staying. Goodbye. Call me a deserter. I don't care. I'm living. And now we just kind of lead off to, like, wonder what's going to happen in this next episode. Are Bronn and Jaime escaped somehow, or are they captured by Dany? Is Dany going to go full-blown Mad Queenish? Is Tyrion going to be able to kind of be better than he has been? I don't know what's going on. Are Jon and Dany gonna like stay together for the rest of the season? Because I'm totally fine with that. Are they gonna go up to Eastwatch and then prove to Dany that there's White Walkers? I don't know what's going on. I figured I had this whole season kind of figured out that they were all gonna go to King's Landing and defeat Cersei, and then the whole other season is gonna be all about the White Walkers. But now, I don't know. I guess we'll see. And you know what? I'm very excited because I'm really liking this season. We only got 3 more episodes left. I have no clue what's going to happen. Who's going to die? Littlefinger. We'll see. Okay, I hope you guys liked the episode. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. What do you guys think of the season so far? What is your favorite battle of Game of Thrones so far? Mine is this one. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I make videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every Monday is all about Game of Thrones. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I did that last week too. Wednesday and Friday are just random things, reviews that really don't matter because they're usually super old or, you know, irrelevant. Okay, bye.